Well, one of the things I gotta get done is get some of this rat nest wiring cleaned up. It didn't always look like this, but you know how it is. You start adding some accessories and getting excited and you want to keep driving the car all summer. You just kind of slather wires wherever they'll go. To fix this problem, in my line of work, time to time I run across little plugs like these. I'm sure you can just go buy some plugs, but I'm cheap, so I am going to make myself some quick connects underneath the dash to make life a little bit easier. So that's what I'm going to work on today, and I'll bring you back when I get some progress. Okay, well, I didn't get much recording done last night. I was trying to get some wiring done. It's the next day and super cold. I'm trying to get the garage warmed up for the last couple hours and it's still pretty cold in here. So I get all the wiring cleaned up. I know it still looks like a rat's nest, but it's a lot better than it was, trust me. That up there is just a regular wiring harness, and I utilized all my little wire gizmo thingies. Just trying to find my main one I put in here. There it is. So that did most all my wiring from my dash board to the main wiring harness. So now everything is quick release wiring. I got all the speaker wire out and that goofy little radio out of there. So I'll just make a plate to stick over that, and I don't know, might utilize it for switches or something one of these days. So basically, with that being said, this car is at least 99% quick release wiring and all that. So last wire I gotta fix on here is, this is my starter wire. I gotta put a butt connector on those release ones on it and redo my ground right here. And then that would say the AMX is 100% wired. So that's a good step. And then I got to get all this stuff out of here again. I'm going to start working on getting the floor cleaned up here a little bit and some of this crap grinded out of here. I'm not going to cut these out, these things, because they might work with the roll bar. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to clean that up, get that grinded off of there. Same with that over there. Grind that off. I don't understand this roll cage that they had in here. I don't know if it was like square stock. I have no idea. But we'll get all that cleaned up. I'll get that grinded out of there. And probably get some of this cleaned up here. Because I guess they had race seats in here at one time. I don't know. Get some of this stuff cleaned up, and then I'll kind of decide what I'm going to do next on trying to preserve the floor and clean this floor up some. So anyways, I'll bring you back when I got something to show you. Okay, well, got that one grinded down. And then what I thought was rust is actually because they grinded that crazy thing off that was welded on here as well. And they grinded it so thin that it was just pushing through, and well, I mean, it is kind of rusting away, but I put a little bit of a hole in there trying to get that one off, but This one didn't come off as nicely, but they kind of welded it really goofy on this one, so I got a little bit more work to do. But I'll have to patch up some of those holes. I'm not going to get too detailed onto that because I'm just going to put some of that sound deadening stuff in the whole floor anyways. So that'll cover it all up. I'll clean it up some, of course. But got that one grinded down. Got that grinded down. There was always a hole there from them welding whatever they welded on top of there. I got that one grinded down, so I haven't decided what I'm going to do about this little bit of rust right here. Probably just going to cut this out because this actually, the floor extends. I measured it. It extends to right in here, so I might just cut this rotten area out here and grind it down and treat it a little bit, and I'll probably get some of that body caulking and maybe do a little bit recalk the seams here in the floor and do a few little minor things to it. But I still got to grind. I got to grind that one. That's the last one I got to grind, is whatever they had going on there. So so that's the progress so far. Well, I didn't get a ton of time to work on the car this weekend like I was hoping, but had to keep doing some after hours call for the job, so didn't get a whole lot done, but got something done. So I didn't really spend a lot of time videotaping too much of this stuff. It was just a lot of tedious work, and my phone kept ringing and all that good fun stuff. But I got all the existing pieces of metal grinded and grinded down smooth, and then I grinded those things off the wheel wells, and then it's buried under all the tools, the other one down there. Probably can't see it very well, but that one that was in the floorboard and the passenger never had anything welded to it. But I ended all my paint here where I think I may be welding and doing some work with the roll bar. Same within here. Like I said, it's pretty dark, but you can kind of see where I quit laying it down. So I just scuffed up the floor really good. I pulled up all that old sound deadening stuff I had in there, which was a real pain in the butt. I kind of opened up that seam on this side and cut out some of the rust and stuff, and grinded it down and put a little bit of the rust converter kind of jelly stuff, turns the metal black, eats the rust off. Grinded that all down, primered it with some, you can kind of see the remnants of that green kind of epoxy primer stuff. And then I actually lifted that up a little bit and put seam sealer in the whole run on both sides. So cleaned up all that metal the best I could. And then I just kind of re-put this sound deadening stuff back down. And it just doesn't have the foil on it, but it's kind of a sticky stuff. And that's what I had on hand. I'll probably cut some small strips and put around it. But anyways, the black, I thought about a different couple ways of, maybe just kind of doing the floor. At first I wasn't even going to paint the floor or do anything with it, but since I went around and scrubbed it down and scuffed it up and cleaned all the rust off, I figured I would do something. So I got this stuff at the hardware store, and yeah, I don't have a whole lot of faith in this truck bed in a can, but it's supposed to be pretty durable, scratch resistant and all that. This is 2 coats on here, and I figured that was plenty because I'm probably going to end up just buying a carpet kit and putting back in the car. And then when I was grinding all the rust and stuff, I grinded all the original seam sealer stuff. It was all dried and crunchy and falling off, so I redid the caulking here up to the point where I kind of grinded it off. You can see the original stuff still there. Then I grinded that up. There's a little bit of a hole in there, and I kind of put a little patch panel in there, and I'll just put a bunch of seam sealer on that. Like I said, that stuff there, and the same on the other side there. But other than that, I might cut that stuff out of there, chip that out of there, and seam seal that on that side, but I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find some new plugs for the floor. I've got a few of them still, but they're all in pretty rough shape. But anyways, that's kind of what I got done this weekend. I cut and trimmed this and pounded it down and actually riveted on a little bit. Did a little better job than I originally did, and these are just those license plates still. So I'm thinking about cutting those out, but I'm also thinking I might look for a center console, a Javelin center console or something, since this was a center console floor shift car. But still, I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. I just want to get this roll cage part of the project done and out of the way. So I'm digging through my stash of stuff. This is what I had laying around, beige, of course. It wasn't the white stuff, but this is just the seam sealer stuff I used. I haven't bought this stuff in a while, but the last time I bought this, it was probably like $50 for one tube. So just giving you a heads up if you're interested in buying that stuff. It's super expensive. Also, the little sound deadening mats I had these out in storage. They're kind of expensive. I'm not real happy with this stuff, but you know, I already had it on hand, so had 2 packs of it. There's 6 little squares in each pack. But since I already had it, I figured I'd just use them up anyways. But like I said, I'll cut a few little spots and do kind of around there in the floorboards. I guess the main reason I even put them in the floorboards to begin with is just foot travel, and I may put some in the front part of the floorboard still, but that can all wait and after the roll bar. I just kind of want to do this big area here because it's got those bars. This is a 6-point. It's got the bars that come down and go down there. I figured I'd just get this out of my way so I don't have to work around that too much, and then I'll probably scuff and wipe down this area here too before the roll cage comes in, and that way it's all prepped. So I can weld the roll cage in, and then I'll use that same truck liner stuff probably in the back of the car here. And you know, that way too, because I'll do black carpet if I don't buy the full carpet kit, which is 2 pieces I think on these. You know, that'll be black. And or if I at least don't buy the carpet kit that comes with the wheel well carpet and all that stuff, that'll all be black and kind of match the inside of the car a little bit. So anyway, so that's what we got done, and we'll carry on as soon as the roll cage gets here. And I appreciate everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.